by inserting a new provision to specifically provide that the national chairperson shall at all times be the leader of the party.
Chairman, the proposed amendment affirms the position of the national chairperson as the leader of the party at all material times. Respectfully submitted.
Those in favor, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it.
All right, Abusia, it is a Siamino Kase dear. NPP edi omo National Delegates Conference no abanawie na enye easy o ensem de ebi hihada kam papa ensem akoso honom na baako a mani boss o eye hawa na afenyo mark nini abra o si hete on their party constitution any omo in fact enema ekoso ewo party ni mu na very funny. You see, MPP amanyoko ni dey say no amount of delegate conference and a base more. The here is a become more boom. You need to get yourself gather yourself together. What you say ntesa de bia mo be conference mo be say and so nkusi aga ntutie de call so anache say omo pese de bia chairman no enye the leader of the party and me amegamiti so me faso senkentisa enkakufado any bomia omo for party ni shomboto even when chairman cry no ye leader of the party no hwede ekoye chairman yo ayensu ntim no ye leader of the party no kwa no hwede ekosi ye yenkotie ensema ekọ so no ehobi emfa embra na ekoba ye beto so e di ama ewe ye platform we eso.
Members of National Executive Committee, members of National Council, our dear delegates of the annual Delegates Conference, our revered minority leader, our members of Parliament, our revered National Council of Elders, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to present the state of our party to delegates. We went into our elections in 2024. Our hope, our prayer was for us to win the elections. But as the will of God is not the will of man, we couldn't win the elections. After our defeat, the party never sat down. The party, through National Council, the second highest decision-making body of the party, constituted a committee referred to as the Elections Review Committee, chaired by Professor Aaron Michael Kwe, to go around the country to inquire from the rank and file of our party and to ascertain the reasons why we couldn't win the elections in 2024. The committee completed their work and reported to the National Council somewhere in April. The committee made several recommendations, some involving amendment to our constitution. And based on that, the National Council, which is the second highest decision-making body of our party, constituted the amendment committee chaired by lawyer Frank Davis to look at proposals from Professor Aaron Michael Kwe's committee, to look for proposals in 2021 where we met in Kumasi, to also receive proposals from our external branches, our TESCOM, our youth wing, and from the rank and file of the party. The committee completed their work, and in line with Article 19 of our Constitution, we are here today to look at the proposals that were submitted to the amendment committee, which has been grouped into motions, which is made up of 56 motions for National Delegates Conference to take a decisions on the motion. Today we are gathered here as National Delegates Conference. But it is important that we also, just as the National Treasurer said, just as the National Organizer also said, to show our esteemed appreciation to some personalities who made it possible for us to meet today as conference. Indeed, the party is extremely grateful to our former Vice President, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia, for the massive support he gave to us to be able to organize this conference. With a round of applause, let's show appreciation to the former Vice President, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. Again, we also want to show our deepest appreciation to our former Member of Parliament, Assen Central, Honorable Kennedy Akpokprakon Ejapon, for the massive contribution he also made it possible for our conference to come on. We are also grateful to our MP for Abetifi, Honorable Brian Echampong, for also making significant contribution for us to be able to hold this conference, and also MP for Bosonche constituency, Honorable Educhum. We are also very grateful. The Finance Committee, we are grateful for the support, the work that you did. Madam former Chief of Staff, we are also very grateful for the work that you did for us. Ladies and gentlemen of Congress, today marks the beginning of our quest, of our journey of recapturing power in 2028. And today is a very important day for us, a very important exercise that we are going to undertake today. And I plead with conference that whatever decision that we are supposed to take today, do not look at individuals, do not look at personalities, but look at the interests of the New Patriotic Party. As National Council took several decisions, I report to conference that the National Council, after several deliberations, several engagements, several consultations, have come and given that directive that on January 31st, 2026, the party shall hold its presidential primaries. And we know it is something that is fully supported by conference. It is for good reasons that as a party, as we prepare for the 2028 elections, we need to quickly do away with all our internal elections so that we will have enough time to unite as a party and prosecute the agenda of winning the elections in 2028. Ladies and gentlemen of the conference, the party not long ago also established what we refer to as the Patriotic Institute. And the Patriotic Institute is a game changer for our party. An institute that is going to train, give orientation to all the rank and file of our party, for us to appreciate and understand the history of our party, our ideology, and also to equip our communicators on how to communicate effectively and disseminate our information to the whole country. Not long ago, the National Executive Committee of the party, they satisfied with the decision by the Electoral Commission to do a rerun in some 19 polling stations in Ablekuma North, decided to boycott the whole election process. And as the party took their decision, it was done for good reasons. Because National Executive Committee, upon all the informations, the evidence that was adduced at NEC, came to the firm conclusion that indeed the NPP had won the elections at Ablekuma North. We had all our scam copies of our pin sheets in the 281 polling stations, which gave us a clear winning of 414 votes. And therefore, we were surprised that the Electoral Commission decided to call for a rerun. On principle, we felt that it was a wrong decision and is a bad precedent being set by the Electoral Commission. And this is very dangerous for our future politics and future elections. Ladies and gentlemen of Congress, one area that the party is very, very, very serious about is discipline in our party. Let us all understand that today we are national officers of the party, we are members of parliament, we are members of council of elders, but people have occupied these positions before. And therefore, those who have got intentions of aspiring to lead the party, be it as flag bearer, be it as national officers, we must understand that our individual interests cannot override the supreme interest of the New Patriotic Party. And therefore, any person who has any intention to lead our party must respect the structures of our party and must respect authority of the New Patriotic Party. I call on you, conference, that the party has clearly given directives, and until we officially open nominations for aspirants or aspiring aspirants to go around the country to convince and talk to the rank and file of our party, let us continue to deny people from coming to our regions and our constituencies. Because we must be a disciplined party, and anyone who wants to lead the party must also exhibit discipline. Today, as I indicated, is going to pave the way for us to have victory in 2028. And as a party, we must look each other in the eye and remember who we are. We are not broken. We are not defeated. Neither have we lost. We are builders. We are dreamers. We are fighters. We are servants of the Ghanaian people. So I ask you today, what is our purpose? Why do we gather here? Why do we wear the blue, red, and white colors of this party with pride? It is because we believe. We believe in development, in freedom. We believe in responsibilities. We believe in enterprise. We believe in the future of Ghana. Ghana needs us. The youth are watching us. The farmers are watching us. The traders are watching us. Let us fight as one body with one identified vision and ambition. One body with one identified vision and ambition to make sure that this abysmal performance from the NDC government, Ghanaians are looking for alternatives. And Ghanaians know them. But at the end of the day, they want to vote for an opposition party that is ready for power. And therefore, actions, inactions to divide us, that bring acrimony, that bring tension to us, relegated, so that Ghanaians will see us as a proper and viable opposition party that will wrestle them from the misery that they are at the watch of His Excellency John Mahama and the NDC government. Are asking the NDC questions. Ghanaians are asking President John Mahama, you promised us that you are going to reset the country for the better. Made noise about Galamsey in Ghana. You got set society groups to come after our administration under His Excellency. Today, what is the state of Galamsey in Ghana? To the extent that in his own backyard, in his own constituency, Galamsey is everywhere. Galamsey there, Galamsey where, Galamsey in Bale Bamboy constituency. President Mahama are also asking you, what is the position of the NDC LGBTQ bill? You have gone silent on it. Are asking questions. Religious bodies are asking questions that the made that when you come into government, you will pass the bill for you. And again, Ghanaians are asking you. They are suffering with your D levy. The hardship on us is something terrible, and Ghanaians are asking questions on your government. I knew that your research meant mass terminations of appointments. People who have worked in government institutions without necessarily having any political have been told to go home under your government. Is it the 24-hour promise us, which meant mass dismissal and termination of fellow Kukudais? Ladies and gentlemen, let our answer be loud. Let it be clear. Let it be bold. Yes, yes, the new Patriotic Party is. The new Patriotic Party will use this conference as a tool. Our attempt to recapture power in 2028. And you front, devoid of individualism, I can assure you that in 2028, victory is coming. In 2028, Patriotic Party will win the elections. In 2028, Ghana will win the Patriotic Party in the helm of affairs. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Together.
Very energetic message from the General Secretary. Quick introduction. We also want to acknowledge our father, our uncle. He is a founding member of the New Patriotic Party, former treasurer, and he is the for the National Council of Elders. Our own Hakman Ouswajman, thank you very much. We thank you very much for coming. Former chairman, former campaign manager, Chairman Macaulay, former national youth organizer, former general secretary. Wedu, thank you very much. National Chairman, Honorable Freddie Wade, and the longest leader in Parliament. He was a minority, he became a majority leader. Honorable Osei Sabunsu. Honorable Osei Chairman Sabunsu, thank you very much for gracing this occasion. National Second Vice Chairperson Atalata Sobaya is here. National Third Vice Chairperson Alhaj Masawudu. Chairman Buga Buga, thank you very much for coming. National Nasara Coordinator Alhaj Aziz Futa. And again, the National Youth Organization Salam Mustafa is also here. Fua is the National Women's Organizer. Our treasurer just delivered his report. Again, before I call, let me acknowledge the leadership in Parliament. They are doing excellent work in Parliament. Led by the Osahene and the Afenyo Makin, we have the Deputy as our own mother, Honorable Patricia Apeje, MP, Chief Whip, MP in Sanwom is also Frank Ano Dompre, Deputy Chief Whips, Honorable Habib Idrisu Tolon, and Ahmed Shaibu Weja. On that note, let me our leader in Parliament, the leader of the majority, the man who is doing so well, the young man, Honorable Alexander Afenyo Makin, the message from our Parliament. Honorable Kwamina Afenyo Makin, you are welcome to deliver a statement. Parliament.
Anyongle malejata la ofiade ela ola osi o ma lo 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 anyongle jata ne la ofiade la o si de o ma lo. National chairman of our great party, Your Excellency President John Ajekum Kufuor, Excellency former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Your Excellency former Vice President and former flag bearer of our party, Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia, spouse, our respected former colleague, Matthew Opoku Prempeh, and former of our dear party, members of the diplomatic, national executives of our great party, distinguished Council of Elders, Second Deputy Speaker of Parliament, colleagues in leadership, honorable minority members of Parliament, regional executives, constituency executives, distinguished delegates, representatives from our external branches, fellow patriots, members of TESCON, friends from the media, and gentlemen. Let us recall the wisdom of our revered former President John. It is better to be a cleaner in a party in power than the General Secretary of a party in opposition. Words echo with urgency today as we gather in the 2024 defeat. A loss that stings, failed. But because Ghana is now paying the price for trust these hollow promises. Barely months in, the NDC's betrayal is global. New levies on fuel have spiked pump prices. Ordinary Ghanaians. Their pledge to end Galamsey has collapsed. The president calls it a national emergency. Refuses to declare a state of emergency. Their vow, our nation, has become a brazen assault on our judiciary. The shameful vilification of our Chief Justice. Their a sham with schemes afoot to fund wealth to their cronies. Worst of all, the public must not rerun, where NDC affiliated tax our candidates Nana Ekwe-Afriye, former MP Hawa Kumsin, and journalists expose their willingness to trample democracy with violence. Clear, NDC is a failure. It deserves better. Our 2024 loss shows our cracks. internal rifts, faltering resolve, a message that didn't connect. Yet this defeat is not our end. It is our crucible, fortifying us for the battles ahead. You must channel this moment of disillusionment into a movement of renewal, turning pain into purpose. Let me share a story that should humble all of us. In 2005, a democratically elected leader stood at the gate of American embassy in New Delhi, holding a valid but facing an insurmountable barrier. The United States had denied Narendra Modi a visa, not for any conviction, but because the world had judged him guilty. That moment of profound isolation, here was a man on the trust of millions, yet reduced to persona non grata on the global stage. The humiliation was complete. The path forward impossible. But Modi made a choice that day that would define not his future, but the destiny of his party, 1.5 billion people. Today, that same man audience at the G20 addresses joint sessions of the United States and leads one of the world's most growing economies. He visited our republic and addressed our parliament. True democracy promotes discussions and debate, unite people, it supports dignity and promotes human rights. I couldn't agree more. Modi's journey from global to world statesman offers us, the MP, a roadmap from our current wilderness to future victory. Modi's resurrection began with a revolutionary in a nation fractured by castes, religious, ethnic, and linguistic differences. He declared, all the voters are my countrymen. Patriots, look around us this very afternoon. Nations that have sprouted like weeds since our defeat. We must not allow 2024, the year that destroyed the NPP. We speak with one voice. We move with one resolve. We are not Achim, Ashanti, Fanti, Gonja, Gan, or Ewe. We are NPP. Of unity. Dear patriots, every political tradition, every movement that has endured and achieved victories has been built on one unshakable foundation: unity. Without unity, we are just individuals, but with unity, we become a force with direction, discipline, and destiny. Unity means uniformity. It doesn't mean we all agree on everything. It means loyalty to a shared purpose. It means commitment to the same values and the same future. The NPP has never been merely a political organization. We are a tradition built on the sweat, sacrifice, and convictions who came before us. Patriots who believed in human dignity, the rule of law, and the boundless potential of the Ghanaian people. Realized through the active participation of the private. These values must be our compass, especially for us as a. The Modi story is instructive. The lesson for us, it is possible to rebuild, and leadership is empty with a party. Like the BJP, we have known both opposition. We have faced criticism and internal differences. Unity is the absence of is not the absence of disagreement. It's a decision to prioritize collective strength over individual. If we are to reclaim our position of and trust, We must first reclaim the spirit of unity, discipline, and shared purpose that build this party. We must connect with the base, re-engage the grassroots, and rise together, not as isolated contenders, but as a unified movement, driven by conviction and clarity. Like the BJP, our party too must rediscover the principle and the ethos that define our founding fathers. We must rebuild, yes, as a scattered stones. We must rebuild together by brick, anchored in our values and in the unshakable that no individual is bigger than the NPP. Must reflect our tone, our language, our energy, and most importantly, in our posture towards one another. And our discord, suspicions, and disunity have. We must learn from our losses, and we must do so. And I ask again, what are our values? Our party, guided by the enduring motto, development in freedom, stands for democratic accountability, the rule of law, enterprise, and national self-confidence. Rooted in the Dombo Buzia tradition, we are inspired by a deep sense of endurance, resilience, and an unyielding faith in Ghana's destiny as a free, just, and prosperous society of opportunities. We believe in building a nation where every Ghanaian, regardless of the circumstance of birth, gender, ethnicity, or must be offered the chance to rise through merit, effort, and energy. Our vision of a property-owning democracy, teachers, traders, and students together, we stand for law and order, the bedrock of peace and progress. We uphold democratic accountability, where leaders serve, not rule. Because in this party, we believe Ghana's greatness lies in the hands of her people. Your sweat, your courage, and your dreams. In freedom, you, the Ghanaian, are the author of your destiny. This is our covenant. They are the binding principles of the NPP. The NPP has never been a party of despair. We are a party of destiny. But that destiny will slip from our hands if we allow disunity, bitterness, anger, and self-interest to consume us. Let us end the hate campaigns and the subtle sabotage. It is time to choose unity over ego and party over self. If we fight one another, we will end up falling together. But if we fight for one another, we shall rise together. We have known victory and defeat. We've made mistakes, but we are not a broken party. We are only a battle-tested party. We must not allow current challenges to blur our vision or break our ranks. Yes, we have differences. Yes, we've made mistakes, but we must never forget we are what we stand for and where we are going. Let this be a reminder. No matter how talented a leader is, they are nothing without a united, disciplined, and visionary party behind them. That symbiosis, leader and party rising together, it's what we must seek to achieve. No individual can make it alone. Everyone needs the party. Since the NDC government assumed office in January, we've witnessed a very disturbing development. Intimidation of our party members and a dangerous trend of persecution of our leaders and supporters. These attacks are not random. They are strategic attempts to weaken us, but they will fail. They will fail because our response will be unity. Our motto moving forward from today should be touch one, touch all. When one of us is touched, all of us must rise. We are one family. and the strength of our family is its loyalty in crisis. If we choose unity over ego, purpose over personal ambition, no force can ever stop us in 2028. When we are united, no external force can divide us. But when we are divided, even our strength can be used against us. Rebuilding does not mean avoiding or overlooking our differences. It means confronting them with maturity. It means refusing to let factions become permanent fractures. It means calling each other back to the center, the core which brought us this far. Your servant in Parliament hereby assure you through me that the NPP caucus remains resolute. We are not retreating. We are strong, united and committed to the values and ideologies of our party. We shall continue to defend the legacy of our party in Parliament, hold governments accountable, and show the Ghanaian people that we remain the better alternative. To our aspiring candidates, let this be a season of sober reflection. There is room for all of us at the table, but there is no room for selfish ambition. Let us rise above the temptation to win at all costs and choose instead to serve at all costs. Delegates, the future of our party rests in the choices we make today. Let us choose unity over division. Let us all rally around our elected leaders and reignite hope among our base. To our grassroots, you are the lifeblood of this great tradition. Your sacrifices, your patience, and unwavering loyalty have kept us afloat in seasons of triumph and in valleys of loss. And so to you, I say, hold on, do not lose hope. We shall rise again. The elephant has only stumbled. It has not been defeated. You have never given up on us, and we, your servants in Parliament, will never give up on you either. And to our youth, you form the majority, and your energy, your voice, and your ideas are not just welcome, they are essential. TESCOM, this is your moment. Stay grounded to our values. Stay focused on the bigger picture. Know that the future of this party belongs to you, the TESCOM youth, and our youth scattered all over the country. Learn from the elders in Parliament. Don't insult them. Engage them. Absorb their wisdom and grow with a strong conviction of our party and what it stands for. That way, you can also lead with clarity, build with purpose, and sustain the NPP legacy that has been entrusted to you. It is time to stop feeling sorry for ourselves. Yes, we lost 2024 elections in a big way. But let us be clear, this was not a defeat born out of failure. It was a perfect storm of adversity no government in the Fourth Republic has ever had. From the banking crisis that threatened to collapse our financial system, which we spent billions fixing, restoring confidence and stability, to the global COVID-19 pandemic that brought the world to its knees. Then came the Russia-Ukraine war, unleashing the harshest cost of living crisis in generation. And through it all, we governed with a hanged parliament and an opposition speaker. No government in our democratic history faced this scale of compounded crisis. Yet, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in the driving seat, we held the line. We do not downplay the struggle the Ghanaian people had to endure, but we should commend them because it was the sacrifices they, including the bondholders, made, which led to the big economic recovery we started witnessing from early 2024. We endured, the people endured, and still we delivered. That was leadership, tested best in major crisis. We should not be shy of the mighty gains we made under very difficult circumstances under Nana Akufo-Addo. We fixed the crisis and handed over an economy with stronger GDP growth than what we inherited in 2017. We built historic levels of gold and foreign exchange reserves. Reserves the current administration is now relying on to prop up the city and support the economy. We created jobs. We built more roads than any government in 8 years span and implemented free SHS, a globally unprecedented feat in a country where most students are boarders. We industrialized like never before, from 1D, 1F and industrial parks to an emerging automotive sector that positions Ghana as a manufacturing hub of Africa's single market. We expanded health infrastructure, revitalized agriculture, and rolled out STEM so boldly. The STEM education agenda, we successfully rolled it out to equip our youth with skills for the jobs of tomorrow. Thanks to Matthew Opoku Prempeh and Dr. Educhum. We set Ghana on irreversible digitalization path, placing our nation at the forefront of promising digital economy and after. Fellow patriots, rather than feeling sorry for ourselves, let us face the truth. We took the hard, necessary decisions to save this economy. And now, Mohammed's government is taking propaganda credit, reaping where it has not sown when they talk about resetting, where it is its so-called 24-hour economy, the gold board or anything else. They are simply rebranding our achievements and marketing them as their own. Let no one be deceived. The foundation they are standing on was laid by this party, by our sacrifices, by our bold leadership in the face of crisis. So no, this party has no reason to hang its head at all. In closing, I want to reiterate our theme, rebuilding together with our values. It is a charge. It is a call to realign, to renew and to rise together. And we rise again in unity and in the enduring spirit of our party, our great NPP. And I say to all of you, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we fear no evil. Let us go back to our roots. Let us rebuild with courage. Let us reimagine our future. And let us reclaim the spirit that built this party. A spirit of sacrifice, of loyalty, of conviction. We've done it before. We can do it again. And let it be that by the grace of God, we will. God bless us all. God bless the MPP. And God bless our beloved nation, Ghana. Thank you so much.
So, the diakwaso yani Petri, MPP for akwaye amendments. Omo edi bia hihiem eno mo yi bia fremu ena omo nso ama bia wo honom saa. Ba me ba ko ameka ho asem eye how omo asi approve say de bia omo ma the chairperson of the year party no and stay as the leader of the party. Chairman won to me so per chairman. Let's all ask ourselves. Chairman won to me many born interview be so. Na utie brofo na oka. I think that for the first time oka say ajay Ghana for ina mun sorry o. MPP for ina mun sorry o. Minya Ghana ni bio. Minya Ghana ni bio. Ada minya Ghana ni bio. I think say time oka sa asem no. Ene na mo hu se wapi abonten a oye interview a okasa. Na utimu se bema ho ekire no. Bema omudini nam emra kwan so. Enti ama bema ayemre. Ama bema ayemre. One thing many esambo so former chairman Freddie Blay. Ochemu MPP for they are angry with themselves, they are fighting themselves. Now what does that mean? And I say DNA opeso a simple party no at this stage no almost reach room keke. But odonu ni ho MPP as a political party at this crucial moment omuwom no almost reach room keke. And so odonu ni ho. And also the number of I mean, people who copying honoma. It is not encouraging. MPP pa yenim no. Anye omu numbers di. MPP yenim omu pa no. This is not their numbers, and this can't be their numbers when it comes to, I mean, delegate conference. Minyanka say omu nyina ambra legun honomo. But otena se na woyɛ analysis na wohwɛ nipa omu bepie ngu honom ɛne omu ahokeka ɛne saa nneɛma na you can attest to the fact party no yisunsun so ate party no sabi sesei otimu se party ni ngina yie, it is not in a good shape. Ɛne na ɛyɛ adeɛ baako sɛ omu di ɔdɔ periperi yɛ ɛbɛyɛ den ɛbɛyɛ adwuma. And this party no ebe suffer in opposition. Ebe suffer papa. Because even when in opposition, they are struggling to what? To gather themselves together to capture power. And some of them are now okay no. Ye hu atwam ye penkofo a omuma party no say enye lucrative party no omako opposition a eya fanyoma akenka ho. Ye penkofo a omo I contributed to the loss of NPP. I mean, massive loss of NPP in Parliament. Afenyomaken, he is the one. Ono no kone nam chemin sabunsu okusi nechi ekeka nsem bi di kire ye Akufo-Addo mo Akufo-Addo yi chemin sabunsu efiri honom awon omode ni be share ho mfanchem. So eno hu sa afenyomaken Justin Koduanom omugina honom, they are preaching peace. Let's come together and build our party and come back, and so that 2028 we will capture power. Mo dada mo ho. Sabi also umame sabi wa free mu na so say otiasia. Say enwunu bedwo 6 ni bebo 6 p.m. no 6 di bom yi no ba ko na bo aka last one e bo wia na ukohwe sebi jade ukohwe kitchen na waduane isi ho no ma na ukoso na ma mini ho na wagide obeden. So mumma MPP for mamun deceive mo ho. A lot of things, a lot of hazard, a lot of dispute, even for crane yeru Akufo-Addo mamba. And do you know why? Kofo and Akufo-Addo, somebody read his statement for him. Kofo went to me and show up. Do you know why? More sidelining and Kofo more deep in upon everything. No, always Akufo-Addo be deep in or hijack some key positions. Be it chairmanship, be it the National Executive Council. No, come can be na dia day. But upon everything, no, Papa no wakona home gym and Obian himself or your former president. It don't mean influence party bill, but at least you people should go closer to him and take advice. Na moneno enye baako na monka nsem bi no so na kuma nto ne yam. Se ono kwa na monfa nyana na ye what about you Akufo oti opposition sorry Kofo tifie nyina na Akufo-Addo ebuma nyina na Kofo sometimes ye tifie na so ye se ekomi kunu papa no ni sika e wo so mo de koma no monfa ma no. Sika Akufo was also as a former president and a former, presidential candidate for the party, and indeed won for 2 consecutive terms. When Onyasa dignitary, no, Onyasa kind of recognition, no, Onyasa kind of respect, no. It's a ne ba omamba no anye ne fe na ye omu sebi yaudie e no mudie tutu kwan because muntimi ntira Ghana ha won breko a delegate conference baso ento munyanya hint na tie se o conference ni baso wa hwa no mubu omuketem ye nso ya schedule ye ko and even Kofo kwa atro ba se nke be ya mu postpone ni because me tu kwan ko ba na nka ya ye odi so mo hwe keke but Nkofo itina ase adwen ho na akomia na wagi party na boso enye won wase Nkofo bi ka se the NPP party now is being managed by small boys. And it is true, the party is managed by Samia Wukunum, Justin Koduanom, can say Nana Komianom, Bomiani the guys. Dennis Miracles, some crown, small young guys, you know, and as you see party or more running from their home as if say party bra Professor Dubois and then pay for you Canada Japan nom ekofo nom masa man benu adu nom omo amunia bra no mo serve party as if say na san kwada we wo mo na test konkra mo nyanko yo na mo nyanko test kon na mo ni number bi ene yewura Alenkojo Chiramante wo po bi a wabrɛ party no obi a wadi ne nan si form ama party pa Alenkojo Chiramante ka ho senka Alenkojo Chiramante 2008 was sacrificing one for Makufadwa and can do it in Senka Kufado beating any presidential candidate prime minister nana. But because of so who sending your opinion in it, or man a quite man no Korean swa who did the second Edjananka and Kadia first and Kalan Koduchamante a joining party way. But a ne Munshe Diakusi. Look at all these things. It mamun dada moho, mamun fasebi delegate conference bin dada moho, mamun nye adiebi. But meanwhile, you people, you know the main solution. This is not the solution. More call for delegate conference. Hey, me see after 31st of January 2026, MPP for a best cambutu. Me na me catch you. You better from October. Acha we ya mwakoi. Obo se baby abedi. But acha from September, October, ba bisi January no. Na po etina se kambutu. Omuko yi ya pa because me so mbe wi mo bomia. Me so mbe se skill niama mo bomia. So po eti be se kambutu. Eti de omo ye nde emesere. E mesere. Mo ma periperi ye nye adwuma. Me ti se Justin Kodua ebobo enkofo mo aboa party no omo support omo delegate conference no wa sha ase Boromia wa sha ase Canada Japan na wa sha ase Brian Champon eni hwane omo na ye misre say onu no already no ma bo ma dream po say omo ye dem Boromia na no mbemo abedi party nani. Why would we start from Boromia? Why would we start and end with Brian Champon? How would you know say Brian beat maybe the party nani? How would you know say Canada beat maybe the party nani? So this kind of hypocrisy, this kind of ignorance and hypocrisy, party no amount of delegate conference can save NPP from their woes because they have decided not to change their mind. They have decided not to unite with each other. It is sanity. We see how area number one authentic platform, Mega TV, and Kupon Koswa. In should be a comment to like, share, and for